Good afternoon and welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's taste test, where we're trying all the new items that just came in at Trader Joe's. We have a bunch of things in front of us. This cheese dip we're excited to dip into. And we have a new wine to try this week as well. So if you guys are excited like us, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And now we're going to start eating. Yay!
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up at the moonlight, believe in the magic.
All right, the first thing we're gonna try, because we have hot food, actually majority of everything we're trying is hot today. Right. But I made this farfalle pasta that has a little lines on it. If you saw the haul, you know what I'm talking about. And I made some homemade pesto recently, so I just topped it with some homemade pesto, and it's gonna get cold the fastest. So I thought Tim and I could just dig right in. I'm gonna grab 2 on a fork.
I'll just take the rest of it.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's hard to not say something about the actual pesto sauce, but this is actually, I really like the lines.
Me too.
You know, it's this texture there, you kind of feel it on your tongue, and I know it's not a really big deal, but I like it.
No, honestly, that's why I wanted to try it, because I was curious myself if those lines were like gonna affect the texture. And I feel like, first of all, it's a very chewy pasta. It's a good pasta. I like it.
Yeah.
I always cook my pasta just slightly al dente because I don't like it to be too mushy. This is like perfectly cooked, and the pesto sauce actually is a really great topper for this one, because the ridges kind of hold on to some of that pesto, and it's really yummy. And if you guys are curious, I did do this pesto recipe on my channel, so I can link it down below, and you can, you know, click on it if you want to know the recipe. But I will say that this is a really nice pasta, and I love the lines.
I do too. I think this is a really good pasta.
All right, up next we have the roasted hatch chili and jalapeno cheese dip. It looks like this. I baked it, so actually we're gonna try the Kung Pao Brussels sprouts too. I baked both of these, so I'm gonna give you, I feel like the cheese dip is better baked than microwave because we've tried it both ways, but we haven't tried this one. So we have some bread to dip in because I feel like this definitely needs bread.
Honestly though, if this is half as good as that Asiago garlic,
yeah,
like this is gonna be amazing. So this is more of like the Mexican style food rather than the Italian style food, I think.
Do you want to get a jalapeno on there?
Honestly, I think I got a big chunk of jalapeno right
There's
here.
there's a bunch of jalapeno chunks in here.
Look at that catch.
All right, here we go.
I'm going back for more.
Okay,
Oh
that
my
has a
gosh.
kick to it.
A little bit.
I'm definitely getting, I'm getting a little spice. I love the jalapeno flavor, but I feel like the jalapeno is really the one that's shining in here. The hatch chilies, I'm not tasting too much. I can kind of get the hatch chili flavor throughout the cheese, but there are quite a bit of chunks of the jalapeno, so I feel like I'm tasting majority of the jalapeno. All said and done, it's great. I just don't think I can eat as much as I can of the garlic one because it is a little more on the spicy side. So I feel like this would be a great base for something to mix into, like burritos, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
You know, adding that to like a burrito with some rice, beans, whatever else you want to throw in there. But I feel like that would be good. Or even doing like a cheesy bean dip with this.
This is really good. So I said at the beginning, if it's half as good as the Asiago one, the Asiago and garlic, that this would be great. And it's definitely at least half as good.
Yeah.
That's a high bar to reach.
It is.
But it's not far off. I gotta say, I think it's just 2 different styles.
Yeah.
And it's really good. So I love this. Having it straight up just with a chip would be amazing. If you like any level of spice, you'll love it.
Yep.
It's great. I'm in love.
No, it really is good. I think if, my thought is if you wanted to reduce the spiciness at all, because this isn't something that you could serve to everybody because everyone has a different level of the spice that they can handle. For me, I don't think it's overly spicy where I'm like, my nose is running or I'm like tearing up. It's nowhere near that level. It's got a great spice kick. But I do think there are people that, especially at parties and stuff, that would just not be able to handle this. My mom probably wouldn't be able to handle this. And I think adding like something to it to kind of like dilute the spice of it, even maybe like a spicy or cheese and corn dip. If you've seen like those corn dips that have like the cheese in it, that sounds amazing. There's so many things I'm thinking of to mix into this, but as a dip itself, tortilla chip would be great on this. I like the bread, honestly. The bread's good too. But I do think the garlic Asiago is better in my opinion. I would choose that one over this one any day of the week because it's just so good.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best items that they've put out.
Yeah.
So this one's a pretty close second though.
Okay, we're going to move on to some wine because I feel like we could probably taste a little wine now. So we are trying the Petite Reserve Cab Franc, and it's from Paso Robles. And we heard good things when we were shopping at the store, so we're going to just try this. Hopefully it goes well with the cheese dip because I still have a little bit of a flavor lingering in my mouth.
Yes, definitely. So this one is the Petite Reserve, right? So it's just like basically the lowest other than Grower's Reserve.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so we'll keep that in mind. But
yeah, and this one smells really nice.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Okay, this is very light.
Yeah.
It's a very light red wine. We typically drink a little more bold, but it is smooth. There's no bite to it.
I think there's a small bite to it.
There is? Okay.
It's a slight bite. It is smooth, but there is like, if you really sit on it, you can taste a little bit of the bite.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just needed a second taste because I had that spice still, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not like a Grand Reserve. It definitely is not like a Grand Reserve, but I still think it's a good quality bottle of wine. It's not, I don't think it's gonna upset anyone. If you're big into wine, you might not like this. Personally, I wouldn't pick this up again. I think it's too light in my opinion. Not enough flavor. There is a little bit of sharpness in it, and I just think that there's better bottles out there.
Yeah, I think as we've done these in the last 2 weeks, comparing the different levels, I certainly see the difference between Petite Reserve, Reserve, and Grand Reserve.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear.
Just wait till the diamond comes out, baby.
So I think it's worth a couple extra bucks to get that next level up. But if you don't care, and if you're like not a big wine drinker and you just want something simple, I think it's a good option.
Or you're on a budget, because it is a good budget wine too. And I will say, I did talk to someone today at the store, and I was asking them when the diamonds come out because I've been waiting for it. And he used to write wine. I worked with him all the time. I trust him, and he knows everything about wine. So he was telling me that they usually are gonna probably start showing up next month. So I will be on the hunt for those diamond bottles, and I'm going to stock up if they let me because everybody buys tons of them, and I think I just want to get 4 bottles for Christmas for everybody.
So I just had another bite of the cheese dip, and oh, it's so good, first of all. But what I realized is it tastes a lot like your egg bake. So we put out the egg bake recipe.
It totally does.
I think it's the green hatch chilies, but that's like one of my favorite breakfasts of all time. So of course I'm gonna like both of those.
Yes, I'm glad you like them both because I stocked up on that garlic Asiago. I have one in the fridge right now. I have one in the freezer. I probably should get one more for the freezer for later. But we're moving on to the Kung Pao Brussels sprouts. Now, I put these in the oven and they smell really good. You can see them. They look really nice. They're nice and roasted and toasted. So we're just gonna dig in and see how these taste. I feel like these might be good with wine too.
Oh, I got a big one. You get a tiny one.
Wow, well, I'm not trying to take a big bite on camera.
Well, it smells a lot like that Kung Pao. And so...
yeah, it does.
Let's see how they taste in Brussels sprouts.
Wow.
That's good.
That's really good.
I like that a lot. I took a small bite, but I'm going in now.
Yeah, I want to eat all. This is delicious. Okay, this also has a little spice kick. If you're sensitive to spicy, this definitely is not like, it's not mild. It's medium, right? Would you say medium?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's anything beyond medium.
No.
It's probably a mild little kick, but
this is delicious.
Yes, it is very good.
It's got a lot of flavor. And the Brussels sprouts are like nice and soft. So they're easy to just pop in your mouth. And I feel like this is a great side. It's a good appetizer too. A lot of restaurants serve Brussels sprouts as like an appetizer now, and I don't know if it's a trendy thing or not, but I think these are delicious. And the spice does build. So the more you eat, the more your mouth gets a little more spicy, right? I feel like
a little bit. I mean, yeah, it does have a little bit of a spice that does build, but it's not too bad. It definitely has that like Asian flavor to it.
So good.
Yeah.
I think this would actually be good with some white rice too.
Oh,
if you just
sure.
wanted to do like a bed of white rice and some Brussels sprouts, like that's kind of the meals I eat because I'm vegetarian, so I don't necessarily always add a protein, but rice and Brussels sprouts, and if you wanted to do like chicken or the chicken you got in the hall.
Absolutely. The karage?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can totally make a meal out of this. This is so good. I definitely am on board for the Brussels sprouts. So if you like Brussels sprouts and you want to try something a little different, this is fantastic. It's like, I'm very happy. I'm happy with this haul so far.
And as I'm sitting here, I do feel the warmth in my mouth more and more. So it is, I'd say medium spicy.
Yeah, I think so too. It doesn't, it stays in your mouth for a little while, but then it goes away and it's not, again, not making you sweat or like eyes water or anything like that. But we do want to be honest and forthcoming with you and not tell you that it's like, no, it's not spicy at all. We're tough guys. We don't think so. When people do have sensitivities to spice, both of the cheese dip and the Brussels sprouts are kind of similar in the spiciness level. So if you've had one or the other, you can kind of tell that this is kind of a similar spice level to each other. And yeah, it goes, does it go well with wine?
It does go well with wine, but I'm kind of going for the fusion here. Let's do a little crossover fusion.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
Tim, what? You can't look at that cheese dip without eating it.
Anything I can do to dip in there.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what else can I find around here?
Well, it works. It's good.
Yeah, you wanna dip the cinnamon sugar toffee in there?
Yes. If it's got that on it.
You're so silly. Okay, we're gonna move on now to the last item, which is the trio. This is the cinnamon sugar toffee trio. And you might be thinking, what makes it a trio? Well, there is white, milk, and dark chocolate. So you have 3 different types of chocolate that you can choose from on here. Perfect for the holidays, perfect for just having it out on your counter and letting your guests choose which ones they want. Or if it's, just you in the bag alone, then you can do what you want because I feel like I'm gonna like all 3.
We won't tell anyone, I promise.
Nobody will find out that you chose all 3 at once. So this is what they look like in the inside. I don't know if you guys can see, but they're in the picture. I thought they were going to be more of a rectangular shape, but they're actually a little square.
Oh,
so
that is deceiving.
I know, isn't that looks more like a rectangular shape?
Yeah, I think because it's sitting on its side, it makes it look like it's rectangular, but
they're little squares, and there's lots of sugar on them. I just took one. I didn't decide. Okay, you got milk chocolate?
We'll do half and half.
Sure. Yeah. Perfect. So is that milk chocolate?
Is this milk
or is
or
that
white? I don't know. This one.
Ooh, I think that's white. Yeah, because this I think is the milk.
That's dark.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell when you're looking in the bag, and the dark and the milk look very similar. So if you guys can see the color contrast, let's start with the milk chocolate first. Okay. And then we'll do dark, and then we'll do white, just because I feel like the milk chocolate, I don't know. Okay.
There's no order.
Oh my.
Oh, there's like, it's toffee. Duh.
Wowzer.
That's good. That's
really good. Really good. That sugar cinnamon is making my heart beat in the best way. It's really good. So we're gonna try the dark.
Yeah, I mean it's toffee, so it's still like gets stuck in your teeth pretty good, but it's worth it.
The dark chocolate. Oh my gosh, dark chocolate's better than the milk. Which no surprise, we like dark chocolate. I don't know. What do you like better?
They're both really good.
Dark chocolate's better. No question.
I'd say that it's mostly the toffee. It's just the outer coating. So I'm assuming this is going to be very similar to both of the other 2. But yeah, I think the dark chocolate is slightly better than milk. But let's try white.
The white one's going to be sweeter. So just keep that in mind that you're going to have like a little bit of a sweeter bite. Wow. The white chocolate one really lets the toffee shine. You can taste the toffee the most in the white chocolate. The dark chocolate and toffee combo is my favorite. I think it just goes really well together. And the milk chocolate one is fantastic too. I mean, they're all so good. But, I mean, I don't know. I like them.
These are really good. And honestly, far exceed my expectations.
Yeah.
Like, these are really good. And
they're delicious. They are delicious.
I mean, I feel like I may have cement in my teeth right now, but well worth it.
Honestly, actually this bag is pretty full. Sometimes I get really disappointed when I open the bags at Trader Joe's and there's like barely anything in there. This bag is full and it's heavy. So you are getting a lot of toffee, a lot of sugar. And I just think these are so awesome. If you need to give a gift to somebody, this is perfect. Because I don't know anyone other than people that have teeth issues that wouldn't like this, because it's delicious. The flavors that are going on in this thing are out of this world good. And as sweet as they are, it's not to the point where I can't have more than one or two. Like, I feel like I could eat a lot of those. Dangerous. Those are dangerous. Let's try it with the wine.
All right. I mean, I just did, which is why I don't have any wine anymore.
Oh.
But little spoiler alert, it's great. And I feel like this wine, as we drink it more and more, it opens up and it doesn't have as much of a bite as it did on our first try.
I agree. I think it definitely has like a much smoother flavor as it goes on. And I will say, I don't think, you know, pairing the wine with the spicier foods really went together per se, but I feel like this chocolate with the wine obviously really goes well together.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to pick up this wine, you know already it pairs well with this. So if you want to get a gift for somebody and you're like, wine and chocolate, those two are a good combo.
Yeah.
Just saying. All right, well, I guess it's time for the question of the week.
I think it might be.
What is the question of the week? So I think it is. This is my question, because we've been trying all these different types of foods and flavors. What is your favorite taste? Is it sweet, salty, sour, umami? Is that all four?
I mean, I don't know, but you lost me at umami. I'm like,
Well,
I'm out.
You know, of all the tastes, the flavors that we taste on our tongue, which are, I guess, those four, right?
Sweet, savory, salty, umami?
Yeah. I think that's it.
Sour?
I said sour.
Sweet, sour. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all.
Okay. What's your favorite taste on your taste buds? And do you have one?
You know, I think it's savory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm savory all the way. Italian food, pretzels.
Me too.
All the good stuff.
This is what makes us a good couple. We can make food together and we both love it. So yeah, I agree. Savory is definitely the winner. Chips are a weakness for both of us.
I mean,
pasta, all the stuff that.
Not to say
snack
we can't get down on some sweets too. Those
but
are pretty
if I were
too.
to have to choose between the two, definitely savory every time. Give me all those salty snacks at night. It's game changer, game over. So we would love to hear what yours are, like what's your favorite, and then kind of what's your favorite food to go along with that. If there's something you gravitate toward more than the other, just like we kind of said, love to hear that in the comments too. And yeah, that's the question for this week. If you guys like this video, go ahead and thumbs it up for us. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate your extra effort and adding to the video and helping my videos get out there. And subscribe if you haven't yet already. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!